Hi there, I'm Lori with Co-Creating Impact and itstimesunshine.com. I'm here with our good friend Shawn, the veteran guy. Hi, Shawn. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to
Nice
see
to
you.
meet
Thanks for coming on. We wanted to hear a little bit about your story and what tools that you've used in the past to help with stressors.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Um, I guess I'll jump right into it.
Yeah, do
All
it.
right. Well, for those that don't know me, my name is Shawn Laurie, aka Veteran Guy, and I am a combat veteran. I served 9 years in the Army, and I did 2 tours to Afghanistan. Did it in 2007 and 8, and then went back in 10 and 11. Ended up getting injured in Afghanistan in 2010. Had to come home and have surgery, and so had to go to Fort Gordon. Ended up spending 2 years there, and that's when I was diagnosed with PTSD, depression, anxiety, all this stuff, and was taking a lot of medications, and ended up being told that I had to get out of the military. And that's what really hit me, because my plan was to be a lifer, and so they told me to get out. I had to get out of the military. Got out in 2012, and at that point I was already on painkillers for 2 years, my anxiety medicine for the same amount of time, and I thought life was going to be grand, right? Start a new life, and lost purpose. I didn't have any passion anymore, had no purpose, and I just pretty much lived my entire, the next 8 years of just struggling with opiate abuse and struggling with anxiety, and got in a lot of trouble, and I did OD a few times, and my marriage was falling apart, and it was just a really, really, really hard time for me after the military, and but that's the sad story. I struggled for 8.5 years with opiate addiction, and
Mm.
yep, and benzodiazepine, mixing them all together and just running in the streets. And it's sad, because when I look at it, I went from a war hero, I guess you want to call me, to what I say, a junkie. And it was just so terrible that I had no purpose anymore, no passion in my life, and I just thought everything was over with. So I just wanted to give up. And in 2016, my best friend, who was actually I served with in the Army, he killed himself. And
Oh,
yeah,
Shawn, I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
I reached out to him, and he left in 2013. I left in 2012, and he was from Puerto Rico, and we used to get on Messenger and talk to each other, and I would check on him. And one day I reached out to him. It was like September the 21st, and I didn't hear nothing back from him. And 4 days later, his daughter reached out to me and said, my dad killed himself. And
Mm.
so I broke down. I didn't know how to react. I was almost emotionless, because I knew I was headed to that same destruction. And it was just terrible. But at that time is when I started finally doing research, trying to figure out what was going on in the veteran community. And that's when I realized I am not alone, right? Like, there's 22
Mm.
plus veterans every day taking their life to suicide. And even though I was struggling at the time, something in me was obviously fighting passion and purpose to do something, but I also wanted to help other people. So at that
Sure.
time, I created a Facebook group called Vet Life for Life. And it was supposed to be just a group where people can come together, sort of like a safe space where people can come and don't live by the stigma of, if you're a man with mental health issues, you're weak. If you're a woman, you're looking for attention. Like, this is a place you can go and talk about your problems, and it'd be okay. And so I created that group back in 2016, and eventually, as my life got better in 2018, I decided to clean my life up and get off of drugs and alcohol. And so I've been clean now for 3 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And I created that Facebook group into a nonprofit. So now it's Vet Life for Life nonprofit. And so I use that to, help veterans that are struggling. We're hoping to open a ranch one day to help veterans with equine therapy and have horses. And that's
Mm.
my biggest goal, is to have that. And so, yeah.
Oh, I want that for you so badly. Thank you so much for your service and
Thank
for
you.
letting us know that just going through the emotions of everything you went through right there and telling us that story is
Yeah.
a lot to
It
unpack.
was a fast version, but it was really,
Yeah,
it's
that
straight up. Yeah.
that's a lot for one human to go through, and for you to be able to go from almost victim to survivor to warrior, and now you're advocating and you're
Right.
doing something for others. It's beautiful. Now, how long has it been a 501c3?
We have only been a 501(c)(3) for about 4 months now, so we're very, very brand new as far as that goes. I just wanted to throw this out there. After I got clean and sober 3 years ago, I had no idea where my life was going to go. Like I was just trying to help people and use my message. I use the term that Tony Robbins uses, turn your mess into your message.
Yeah.
And so that's a big, big inspiration in my life. And that's it. I didn't understand what that meant until I started living it. And I was like, you know what? If I just turn my mess into my message and teach others, then I can show other people that they're not alone, show them that there's somebody here that cares. And that's what it was all about. And so literally the first year that I was clean, I started making Facebook Lives. I was making videos, content, just saying, hey, my name is Shawn. I'm a recovering addict, da 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 da. And I started getting speaking things lined up. Like people were calling me saying, hey, you want to come here? You want to go here? You want to speak? And I'm like, I never thought about that before. So since then, I've probably been on stages like 9 times. Obviously, you know, I'm writing a book, just everything. So it's just, I don't know. My whole life has changed just by giving back to the community and being real and trying to help those that are struggling.
Do you feel proud of yourself? Because I'm feeling very proud of you.
I, I'm telling you, I've never been the type to really, you know, I grew up not, I grew up with a lot of self-esteem issues and a lot of issues from my mother, who was an alcoholic. And, but I've never been proud of myself. But I'm actually proud of myself. When it's part of my techniques that I teach others is that you have to remind yourself of how far you've come. You know, give yourself compliments, self-care, teach yourself, you know, and that's what I teach other people is that, look, you got to remind yourself that you're doing good, you know, reward yourself, you know, even little accomplishments, even little steps is a good thing. And so that's what I do now. It's like, wow, if I start feeling down or low and I feel like I'm not doing enough, man, look how far you've come in 3 years, man. 3 years ago, you were sitting on the side of a toilet, throwing up, almost dying, you know, calling an ambulance because you're ODing. And now here you're 3 years later talking on podcasts, stages, changing lives. So it's just, I don't know. If you really want it, you'll get it.
Yes. And it's the small little steps that we take, and then we just keep taking them, and we don't really stop and look back and give ourselves kudos for where we've gotten ourselves, and helping somebody else in turn helps us. And it's a huge heartfelt, like giving, not expecting anything back is the biggest thing we can do for our own help, for our own self-care. I love that. You're doing such a good job.
Thank you.
Let me ask you first, who do you think had the biggest impact on your life?
I don't want to sound selfish. Like, there's nobody really that's influenced me, to be honest with you. Like everybody that was in my circle from the, you know, even from struggling to who I am now, I've never had many influencers in my life. But I think as far as like Tony Robbins, when I started really, you know, focusing on personal development and change, I started following these guys. And Tony Robbins was the first one that really snapped out to me, popped out to me, and just the things that he said and the way he lived his life and the you know, turn your mess into your message. So he's probably the first one that inspired me as far as wanting to be, you know, a personal developer, a speaker, somebody that an influencer. So Tony Robbins was probably the biggest influence on me now. And really, I want to be different. I'm not looking to be like anybody else. I am who I am. And so I'm inspiring myself right now. It's just like I look back at my story and I just want to move forward. So that's roughly the best way I can answer that.
That's fantastic. And just that alone will help a lot of people, just to know that they can be themselves and still grow and be heard without judgment. I mean, you know, that's huge. And Tony Robbins is absolutely phenomenal. I'm with you there. Now,
everybody likes Tony Robbins, and there's so many other great names, but he was the first one that I saw in that community. So
yeah. Because I mean, we all have a past. We all make mistakes. We all feel shame or guilt, or we have that belief system from childhood that we need to move through, you know, through negative self-talk into, you know, bad influencers or whatever it may be. But we move forward, and we can't look back on some of the things. As long as we're doing the work, we're going to therapy, we're doing our walking, whatever it is you need to do. And it's different for everybody. What are the top 2 daily self-care essentials for you?
And for me, and I also teach this for other people, number one, the most important thing that sometimes I do get slack, but the most important thing that I do every day is my affirmations. I have to do my affirmations every day. I wake up, no matter what time I wake up, I got to wake up. And the first thing I do is I got to start my affirmations. I am a great person. I am a good person. Today's going to be a great day. Remind myself of how far I came. Tell myself that, look, I'm not going to let bad days distract me. I'm not going to let bad situations stop me. It's not about the bad days. It's about how I react to these bad days. And so I can have a bad situation happen, but it's all about how I react to those. So I always got to do my affirmations. And probably the second thing is that I try to do as much meditation as I can. For me, meditation is key because you have to learn to focus on yourself. For me, I focus on myself. I look within and I just bring a calm to myself because I'm a very anxiety person, very anxious, and I react fast. So if I don't start my day by a calm way, reminding myself that I am a good person, that I'm a great person, and I'm doing good things, and I do it during meditation. So it's kind of both together. Meditations and affirmations are definitely key for me. And just that's really it. Those are the two biggest things I do every day is meditations and affirmations. Remind myself that I'm a good person and start my day as a calm, collectful person and looking forward. I manifest my life. I know my life happens by my own choices. I've decided my own destiny, nobody else. So I know that now. I'm woke. So
Yes, go
yeah.
ahead. Come on, Shawn. Yes, I love that. Yeah, I try to manifest. And the thing with manifestation for me is that I put it out there and then I try to take the small steps to get there, but I know that it may not come in the same form that I'm asking for it, and that's
That's
okay.
right. That's
You
right.
know,
No,
and
no.
would you say that what gave you the inspiration to start your 501c3?
Um, I guess. Well, okay. So just to back up a little bit, I do a 22K for 22 every year. That is a 22K ruck march to raise awareness for veteran suicide. And so
Mm,
this will be our third annual coming up. And I was doing it every year without being a charitable fundraiser. I was you know, just doing it and trying to raise money. So obviously the first reason I did it was because it's easier to raise money and charity, and it just gives people a comfort to know who they're donating to. Obviously, right? You want to be a nonprofit, but the major thing is I just want to be a voice. I want to make sure that our organization is really what people see it is. Because when you say you're an organization but you're not a 501, then you're not taken serious. And there was so many great groups out here that I just wanted to have one of the best ones. So really the inspiration is just to help veterans, help my brothers, and just build maybe, actually hoping that we're in South Carolina, and I'm hoping to branch off into every state.
yeah.
And yeah, I got a lot of people that are on board. So I'm just hoping that we're
Yeah.
going to have one of the biggest nonprofits that just changes lives. It's not about making money. It's about changing lives. And I think people out here want an organization to invest in that's real, that's really about veterans, that's really about mental health and addiction. And those are the two things I really advocate for. So
Mm.
um, it's just a big goal of mine. I think it's something that I was called to do, and that's why I've done it.
That's beautiful. And where do you see your the profits going when you get the donations? Where exactly does it go?
Well, right now, we're just kind of building because we're just starting out. So we're hoping to gain more funds. But I got a couple ideas, and just to make it real short, one of them is something that I've been thinking about a long time is that how there's veterans that struggle, like maybe older veterans that struggle with like maybe house repairs, like a house leaking,
Mm,
or maybe
yeah.
a veteran that needs a ramp that he can use. So what I want to do is build enough funds where I can pay somebody to go and fix these problems for them, and
Mm,
it's free for them. So all they have to do is reach out, say, hey, of course we got to vet you, show me that you're a veteran, so you're
right.
D14, and then all you do is call me up and say, hey, we have a mold problem in our house. Well, okay, well, you're a veteran. I see you're all good. Then I go and get my people, and then I can use those funds to buy the stuff, buy the wood and stuff to build these houses or build these ramps and just help veterans. So that's one of the goals that I want to do. And the second biggest goal is that I'm hoping to take these funds and open up a ranch. We're going to call it the Veteran Guy Ranch. And so I'm hoping to be able to open up this huge ranch, maybe a huge, a bunch of land where we can have horses and build like these little houses on there where veterans can come and live. And they can also it's time for them to heal. They learn, they get teachings. give them a little step forward, somewhere where they feel safe and comfortable, and they just have their place in this world. So build a ranch and help them that are struggling with their houses.
I love that. So you're right on the home front, right there, getting help for real veterans right away.
Problems.
And then the ultimate goal is to have, it sounds like a tiny home community where they have the homes where they have the, the horses are just so soothing to have around, and to have help right there on their property to help with their mental health and whatever they need to move forward. And that's beautiful. Thank you, Shawn, so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. I want to throw out there really quick though. And not only for that, I wanted to be able to help them with their light bills and their car notes and stuff like that. So any kind of just little stuff, we want to be able to help. So we want to help all the way around.
I love that, Shawn. Thank you. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Bye.